Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Let's have a look at problem 2425, bitwise exclusive OR of all pairings. In this video, we are going to share a solution based on the basic properties of bitwise exclusive OR. So this problem asks us to return the bitwise exclusive OR result of all integers in num3. So num3 actually consists of bitwise OR result of all pairings of nums1 and nums2. So here are two examples. So in example 1, the output is 13. So actually 13 is nothing but the XOR result of elements from nums2. So in example 2, the output is 0. So here the reason actually is due to that both the two lists have even length. So with that said, let's also look at the constraints. First, the length of the two lists are bounded above by 10 to the power 5, and the second constraint is on the range of elements in the two lists. So with that said, let's look at the analysis. So we know that the definition of XOR is the following. So if a bit position has two same bit from the two numbers, then that bit position will get 0. If they are different, the result is 1. So from this definition, so we know that the XOR is commutative and associative. And secondly, a number XOR with itself will result in 0. So with that, those two properties are noticed, so we can actually give a neat solution to this problem. First, we assume m and n are the lengths of the two lists respectively. So we aim to compute XOR for numbers of this form. So nums1i, nums2g, so exclusive OR. So here I and j are running in the range of the length of the two lists. So here actually the main observation is that each number in nums1 actually appears n times. So here n is the length of the second list. So similarly, each number in nums2 appears m times, where m is the length of the first list. So we can actually count the contribution of each number. So for a number in nums1, if the second list have even length, then the number contributes 0 to the final result. If the second list have length odd, so the number contributes to the result just by itself. So this is the same for elements from the second list. So with that said, actually we can look at example 1 again. So in this example, so nums1 actually has length 3 and nums2 have length 4. So as nums2 has length even, so every number in nums1 contributes to the final result by 0. As nums1 actually have length odd, every number in nums2 contributes to the final result by the number itself. So this example is to compute the XOR of all numbers in nums2. So this actually finished the analysis of the problem. So once we absorb the above idea, actually writing the code is rather straightforward. So here let me give two formats of writing. So in the first format, we just implementing from scratch. So I'm going to define two numbers, two variables, from nums1 and from nums2. So here 0, 0. And then we are going to compute the length of the two lists. Nums2. So now let's check if n modulo 2 is not equal 0. In other words, the second list have an odd length. Then we compute the contribution from nums1. So from nums1, so we do exclusive OR with numbers in there, right? So let's write like this. for y in nums1, so we update this, we compute the XOR result of all numbers in nums1. So this is one case, one check. Then we check m. If m is odd, then we compute the exclusive OR result for all numbers from nums2. So for y in nums2, so from nums2, so we do exclusive OR, right? Then finally we return the exclusive OR of from nums1 and from nums2. So this actually forms a full solution format. Let's do a special case check. Yeah, it passes the first example. Now let's look at the generic case. Yeah, it passes all the generic cases. So now let's simplify maybe a little bit about this above solution format. So here actually for this 2if, we can actually use the reduce function. So let me copy this function signature and put it here. I'll mark this first solution format by v1. So now, so we actually can do things like this. So we just copy these two lines, and then we are going to let's copy all these things. And then what we're going to do is that, so we're going to reset from nums1 to b. So I'm going to use the reduce function. So what we're going to use, we need a function, right? Aggregate function, let's call it x and y. So the operation is exclusive OR, right? So we apply this to nums1. So similarly, we can copy this line and make some modifications in the second if. So we are going to use from nums2. So here we change to nums2. So let's check. So this is the length of the second list. So we are going to use nums1. So this is the length of the first list. So we are going to use nums2. So now let's do a check. Yeah, it passes all the cases. I guess that's about it for this solution and this video. So the main point is to notice the basic properties of the bitwise exclusive OR, and then count the length of the two lists. So with that said, I guess that's it. Thank you very much.